Hey Tim, how's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, good, good. Welcome to Dances with Films.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
Now, are you also from Massachusetts, like everybody?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Met Andrew many years ago in Massachusetts working on some films. So
Cool. And you're bringing to us Gutterbug. For my fans at home, what's it about?
Gutterbug is about a young adult who's left home. He's been living on the streets for a few years, and he hits rock bottom and eventually comes to realize through meeting a few people that he needs to reconnect with his family.
So
And
what is?
so, and so then he tries to reconnect and get back to his folks.
So what is it about this story that made you want to be a producer of it?
Well, I've known Andrew for a long time, and I knew we'd shot a lot of music videos together with several bands who are also featured in the film. And I kind of fell in love with the story. I listened to a lot of punk rock and metal as a kid, and always had a heart for people who are homeless. And I love how we're able to connect children back with their folks. And I know that that's an issue that is sometimes a difficult one. So like families struggling and then also coming back and reconnecting. So
Wait, so how many punk bands are featured in this film?
we have like 6 or 7.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Local?
Yeah, local. Yeah, we have 2 songs in the film from bands outside of Boston, but the majority of bands are all featured within Boston area. Yeah.
Hey Connor, how's it going?
Going good. How you doing?
Good, good, good. Thank you. Welcome to Dances with Films.
Awesome. Thank you. Happy to be here.
Good. Are you also from Massachusetts?
I am from Rhode Island. I am the only Rhode Islander here. Yep. This was a trip. Totally worth it.
Rhode Island. That's Family Guy state, I think.
It is Family Guy. I actually lived a little bit in Quahog, Cranston for a little bit, right on the border. And yep.
Big fan.
Me too.
Now, what is it about Gutterbug that makes you want to be involved with the project?
Well, initially, I reached out to the directors. I saw they were making this, and I told them, hey, look, like, this sounds really great, because just the title alone was just very, very clever. So I reached out to them. They set up an audition. I auditioned for Bug, the main character. Didn't get it, whatever. Months go by, and one night they said, hey, we got this this part that's got some lines, if you want to come down. I said, yeah, absolutely. So I just said, yeah, I went to it, and there we go.
And what is this role?
This is he's an old friend of the main character, and his name is Kyle. Now it's one scene, but it's a really nice, awkwardly kind of funny scene where you kind of get some insight of how Bug used to be before he got into this predicament, which is homelessness. And so my character, he's not homeless, and they just have a nice little exchange, and you really kind of see what Bug could have been had he been on the right path and everything. And it was so fun to do, honestly, just for it was a nice little cameo.
Do you yourself have punk music background?
I used to be, because I used to have hair down to here, and I used to, I was headbanging, I was doing all that stuff, and then I turned 16 and kind of changed a little bit. But I was definitely a part of that scene growing up.
Hey Lynn, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
Good, good, good. Welcome to Dances with Films.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is your first time here?
It is.
Oh, what's your impression of the event?
Oh, it's been a lot of fun. The festival programmers and the staff have been really great and helping shepherd our experience here. So it's been a really wonderful time.
And you're bringing to us Gutterbug. You are one of the producers. What is it about the project that made you say, I want to be involved as the producer of this one?
Well, Andrew Gibson, who is the writer-director, co-writer with Chris Tobin, was working on this project with my fiance, who is actually the cinematographer of the project. And so they were working on the short. And I got wind of it through their collaboration, and they wanted to make it into a feature, and I have a producing background, so I couldn't say no to working with friends and my life partner and creative partner, Tom. So
that is so sweet.
Yeah.
So romantic. So talk a bit about working on a project with indie budget or low budget like this. What are the challenges?
Well, it's always hard when you have limited resources, so you have to look to where you have, opportunity, right? And the resources that you do have amongst certainly friends and family and the community that you live in. So we shot all in our own neighborhood, primarily.
Where's that?
We're based in Boston, and the film was focused around the Allston community in Boston proper. So we shot most of the film there, and home base was Andrew Gibson, the director's home. Had a lot of meals there, and we were, carting the team in and out of there, and shooting all on location in Alston, a couple of satellite locations around Boston. But we made use of our team. A lot of us have been in the industry working in Boston for years now, and so we leaned on each other for support.
So, since it's Boston, did Matt Damon, Ben Affleck show up in the camera?
No, unfortunately, we wish, right? It would have been great.
So, what's your advice for aspiring filmmakers out there, independent artists out there?
Oh gosh, that's a great question. I think you just need to, love the project that you're working on. It's going to be a challenge. You're going to have, moments of frustration, but the love of the work and, the people that you surround yourself with, having, close collaborations, that's really important, and it makes it all worth it. It makes those long nights and those early mornings really worth it. And when you have a great story that you really, really, really want to tell, you can't go wrong. It's just, you're going to have fun and you're going to have something great at the end of it.
Hey, Jefford, how's it going?
Good.
Good, good. Welcome to Dances with Films.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my first time here.
All right. What's your impression of the event?
Oh man, it's so big. Everything is just big and grand.
Where are you from?
New England, Massachusetts specifically.
Of course, the story is set in Boston
It is.
area.
Yeah, so I was a local hire.
I'm still not hearing the accent though.
I really don't. Yeah, I don't have that Boston accent like naturally. No. Yeah, no. I grew up like 40 minutes north of Boston in Marblehead. So yeah.
I like that. Now,
Yeah.
what is about Gutterbug that made you want to be involved with it as an actor?
Oh man, well, I loved the script. I auditioned for it over like a film submission or a tape submission, and they sent me the script immediately after that, and I read it in like 2 hours, and I was just like, oh, this is amazing. I need to be a part of this. And they chose me. I mean, it was so I don't know. It was just so like rich and like dark. I love dark material. Like, and my character is on the darker end of things. And yeah.
When you play a character that dark, is it hard to shake it off when the director says cut?
Not really. No,
Okay.
I'm kind of used to that kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Turn on and off, got it.
Yeah.
So talking about do you have a punk background?
Not at all.
No.
No. I'm like a yogi, meditative, like calm Zen person. It's not my scene really.
Listen hours to hours in preparation for this role?
Well, my character's a drug dealer,
Okay.
so I kind of like studied a bit like on what that kind of occupation is like. But for me, it was mostly just instinctual, I guess. Yeah.
Hey Andrew, how's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Good. Welcome
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Dances with Films.
I'm stoked to be here.
This is your first time here?
First time here, yeah.
All right, so what's your impression of the event?
Oh my God, it's been amazing. I've been in LA for 5 days. I feel like I've been in here for 5 weeks. It's been a wild ride. Really
Where are you from?
cool. I'm from Boston.
Boston.
Yeah.
All right, take out the garbage, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I can't pronounce the accent just right. Okay, so
Yeah.
let me ask you, what film are you bringing to us to this event?
It's the film Gutterbug, and it's a rock and roll movie about a homeless street punk who's down on his luck, and then he tries to find his way back home.
Is it set in Boston?
It's set in Alston, actually, which is a neighborhood of Boston, which is kind of a historic rock and roll neighborhood in Boston.
Talk a bit about the cast, man. They're so interesting, especially the way the characters look.
Yeah, the cast is amazing. We had Hannah Mosqueda, Justin Pietropalo, Andrew Yackel as like the three main leads, and they really kind of took the characters and ran with it, and just kind of took it to a level that I wasn't expecting. That they really took the words and took them to the screen.
Do you yourself have, growing up, a punk background, or what's your? Do you have a consultant on the set? Or?
No, yeah, I got a punk background.
you
I
do?
played
Okay.
in a punk rock band for 2 years. This band called Gym Shorts. Got to tour the country and see all the different rock and roll scenes and punk rock scenes. And I photograph a lot of punk music and made a lot of punk rock music videos. So yeah, I'm all about the DIY rock and roll scene.
Nice. So
Yeah.
what do you hope the audience will take away from Gutterbug?
I hope they'll be moved. I hope that they'll laugh and they'll cry and feel every emotion in between.
Andrew, how's it going?
It's going awesome. We were got into LA a week ago, and it feels like a month. So,
That's right. Where are you from?
New York, but I live in Atlanta now.
Cool. I love Atlanta. I love New York. Welcome to Dances with Films.
Thank
So what film are you bringing to us? Gutterbug, is it?
Yes, it's called Gutterbug. It's we shot it in Boston, Massachusetts.
What's it about?
It is about a crust punk street kid played by me, who decides on his 21st birthday that he wants to go home. Meanwhile, his parents are out there. They've never given up hope, and they're out looking for him because it's his birthday.
So, what is it about the script that stands out to you? I want to be a part of this kind of.
What really made me want to be a part of it was the mental health issue. The Bug had problems with bipolar disorder and with drugs and alcohol and that kind of stuff. Mental illness and stuff is something that's been on my mind for various reasons over my life. And it was great to try and give a voice to a story that doesn't often get told. Because you kind of see street kids and you see punks and you think, God, they must have such shitty lives, and then you forget about it and you don't remember them. So it was nice to try and make something memorable about that.
It's a very noble reason. Now, I got to ask you this fun question. Do you yourself have punk background? Are you a fan of punk rock scene?
Yeah, when I was in a band, or when I was in college, I wanted to be in a band. That was like my first dream. And I'm kind of like, I'm like Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite when it comes to the guitar. Like, I can proverbially throw a football over them mountains when it comes to the guitar. But those days are long behind me. But having that be a part of the movie was awesome. The music in this movie is amazing.
Now, talk to me about being an actor in an indie film like this. We're in an event celebrating indie films here, Dances with Films. What are the joys and challenges of making an indie film like Gutterbug?
It's a lot of tough sometimes because you don't really know exactly what you sign up for. There's independent films where I've had, you have a lot of people working and you have a bunch of people on set. You have stuff that you have to do and go and check in with and all that kind of stuff. And then there's indie films where it's been 3 people in a camera and it's like, oh yeah, you can change whatever you want, because they're not going to tell you what to do. So it's challenging, it's fun. When you get a really great group of people, that's the best, and that's what Gutterbug was. So
now, before I let you go, I got to ask you, you are in my favorite series, Swamp Thing. Your episode airs tomorrow.
Yes! You're a fan of it?
I'm a big fan of it, yes.
Goodness.
What can you tell me about the episode that airs tomorrow? Your character's Todd, right?
Yeah, my character's Todd. I don't know what else I can say because I forget the terms of my NDA, so I don't know what I'm allowed to say. But
what can we anticipate at least? It's going to be scary. It's gonna be...
Yeah, you can anticipate just everything that you've come to love and expect from Swamp Thing. A little bit of freak out, a little bit of horror. Abby out there and the Swamp Thing discovering more of who he is. I mean, it's great. It's gonna be real good.
I'm a little bummed out about the cancellation. I hope another network pick it up. So
yeah,
I love the show.
Yeah,
so,
I do too. I mean, it comes out I think Friday on the West Coast at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have a party in my hotel room at 6 and watch the episode.
Hey Justin, how's it going?
Not too bad. Not bad at all.
Welcome to Dances with Films.
It's lovely to be here.
Is this your first time here?
Yes.
All right.
In Dances with Films and in LA at all.
That's right. You guys are from Boston, right?
I'm not. I'm from New York. Actually.
New York.
Yeah.
Take coffee.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Beautifully done. Yeah.
I love New York. So, what is it about this project that made you want to be involved with it?
It encompasses a lot of things that I already love, like punk music and really gritty, drug-fueled films, and especially like the music in the movie stands out a lot to me. But it's just the character I play, Slim, is kind of my bread and butter. Mainly, I play violent lunatics, so it worked out really nicely. It's the kind of character I love to play. It's the kind of film I like to see. So to be a part of something that like I would have gone out of my way to make sure I saw and to be in it is incredible.
So, tell me about your process. To play this lunatic, did you watch One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, or what? Did you shadow an actual lunatic?
So, it all starts when I was I think like 12 or 13. My dad showed me Leon the Professional.
Yeah.
With Jean Reno and Natalie Portman and Gary Oldman. I was watching that movie and I saw Gary Oldman doing what he was doing in that, and I was like, I think I want to do that. I think I want to like be like it's the role that it was the reason I wanted to like become an actor, because he was so like over the top and insane and looked like he was having the best time of his life. So since then, like it just like you know, when I would watch movies, I keep an eye out for the, you know, the over the top villain, and yeah, so I had the research good to go. Yeah.
I love that. I'm a big fan of Gary, so go.
Yeah.
Now, before I let you go, I want to ask, do you have any opinions about the punk rock scene of today? Is it still vibrant? Is it going downhill?
It's
is it
I think
stagnating?
punk certifiably is not dead. It's just taking different forms, and a lot of it, which is good. There's this feeling in the punk scene that is of much more inclusivity, I think, now. And so I think diehards might say that it's gone soft, that it's, you know, not what it used to be. But I think there's this idea of acceptance in the community now that is really encouraging and makes it feel a lot safer for a lot of people, which, because there's still, you know, that punk idea of like lashing out and being like, not violent necessarily, but that feeling of aggression, that feeling of catharsis is really important, and it's much more for everyone now, and yeah, I think punk's good. Punk's doing fine. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Green Day.
Yeah, it's all their fault.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Hi, Hannah. How's it going?
It's going great.
Good. Welcome to Dances with Films.
Thank you. It's my first film festival, so I'm super excited to be here.
How does it feel? Like your first film festival? Nervous?
Yeah, I was nervous. I'm nervous, but I'm also way more excited than I know what to do with. So
No problem.
every time they've said to meet here for something, I've been here like 30 minutes early, just like
Especially with LA traffic, definitely. Yeah.
I walked. I don't have that excuse.
Lucky you. Now, Gutterbug, for my fans at home, what is your role in this film?
I played Jenny. She is a homeless, drug addicted, wild child who meets Bug and has an incredible impact on him, and he has an impact on her. And for the rest, they'll have to see it.
So it's not feel-good movie of the year, I guess, but it's still powerful.
You know what? That sort of depends
Okay.
on what makes you feel good.
Nice. Speaking of feel-good, punk rock scene. Do you yourself have a punk background growing up?
No.
No. Okay.
I had never heard anything more recent than Elvis until I went to high school,
Yes, I love Elvis.
and then I discovered metal. And
cool.
I have an extreme passion for Soulfly right now. So not punk, but I think close. It's close.
Close. Got it. I gotta ask you because I saw photos of it. Did you actually shave your head and your character looks like?
Absolutely, I did.
Yeah. What was that like? The process of going through that?
It was actually the second time I've done it, and I really like it. It's very liberating. I think we often underestimate how much hair is a symbol, and when you take it off, suddenly you don't get to define your femininity or masculinity by it. You don't get to use it to hide your face or shape your face. Everything that you've got is just right out there up front, and you have to own all of it. And so it's really enjoyable, actually.
I gotta ask you before I let you go. What was the scene that was the most challenging for you to shoot? The scene that were like, that took a lot out of me.
I think for me, that scene would have to be the drugstore scene. It wasn't that I had trouble connecting with the emotions. It was that I was actually reacting so strongly that I had to find it in me to pull it back and hold it together to do the scene, because my co-stars were just so amazing. Everything was flowing so good that I was just an emotional mess for it. And it was challenging, but it was fantastic.
I'm sure you pulled it off. Last question. Seems like it tackles a bit of mental illness. At least that's what Andrew Yackel told me. So what do you hope the audience will take away from the themes of Gutterbug?
I hope they walk away, if they haven't experienced mental illness, with maybe a little less judgment, a little less stigma. And if they have, maybe with a little more hope, because you can hit pretty hard rock bottom and still come back. It's not too late to recover your life at any point.